If you've lived in the Treasure Valley for a long time, you've likely had the emissions tested on your car, or at least you should have, considering it's been required for decades. But that requirement is going away on Saturday. Abby Davis talked to the Air Quality Board about what went into that change. Abby?
Well, Brian, if you own a car that takes either gasoline or diesel, you've had to get your emissions tested every other year. In Ada County, testing started back in the 80s. While officials say Treasure Valley air quality has improved since then, some people think taking away the requirements will reverse that progress. You see them all across the Treasure Valley.
It takes time out of your day, but it has to be done.
It is pretty easy for me.
And historically non-negotiable for most people living within Ada and Canyon counties.
This is my emission test notice that I just received on June 23rd.
But those tests will become optional July 1st.
The program has been successful. It's reached its natural lifespan, and it's time for it to go away.
The Idaho legislature passed a law during the 2022 session getting rid of state requirements for emissions testing. A little after that, Air Quality Board Executive Director Matt Stahl says Ada County met federal guidelines too.
This is going to be the first time in many years that in Treasure Valley, Ada and Canyon counties, we're going to be in compliance with the existing health-based standards that the federal government has for air quality.
Stahl says it's been a long time coming.
We have historically been non-attainment for carbon monoxide. Emissions testing was a requirement to help control carbon monoxide levels in the area.
He says levels have gotten better over the years, partly because of more eco-friendly cars.
We've had a lot of changeover of the motor vehicle fleet with new emission standards, cleaner burning fuel. You know, we've got folks that are driving hybrids or electric vehicles. Those aren't contributing to carbon monoxide.
While Steve Ellefson says that's good news,
Such a good sign.
he, along with Donnie Schmidt, still think testing is a good idea.
I'm not a tree hugger by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it helps the environment.
I think everybody should continue doing it, especially if they have an older vehicle.
Because in their minds, it wasn't a big inconvenience to start with. Stahl says people should still get tested this week if they got a notice in June, but if you don't end up doing that, he says you won't get your registration revoked. He also says on July 1st, for owners who were non-compliant, those registrations will also be reinstated.
Okay, so Abby, what happens with all the trailers or those sheds that you see in like gas station parking lots, or gas station, I should say, just on gas station premises or anywhere around town? What happens to those and the people that work in them?
Yeah, well, in Ada County, I'm told that they are all privately owned. Some people are reimagining what that looks like. Stahl even told me one of the business owners might turn his into a coffee shop. For others, that means retirement. And for some of the workers I talked with today, that means that they're out of a job completely. So this is impacting people's day-to-day lives. It's not just a requirement, something to check off your list every other year.
For sure. All right. Thank you very much, Abby.